Today, alternative football finds itself in central Croatia in the city of Sisak, about 57 kilometers southeast of the capital Zagreb in the lower divisions of Croatia football. Sisak is the administrative center of the Sisak Moslavina County, and prior to belonging to the Roman Empire, which gives it the Latin name Sisia, the region was Celtic and Illyrian, and the city was named Segesta, or Segestica at the time. The 16th century triangular fortress of the Old Town is the main destination of every tourist. The fortress is famous for the victory of the joint forces of Croats, Austrians, and the Slovenes over the Ottomans in 1593, known as the famous Battle of Sisak. It was one of the early significant defeats of the up to then invincible Ottoman army on European territory. The Croatian Ban Thomas Erdodi, who led the defense in the battle, became famous throughout Europe. However, this victory did not prevent Sisak from being ruled by the Ottomans for a brief period of time between the 30th of August 1593 and the 10th of August 1594. Fast forward 4 centuries later, and Sisak was at the epicenter of another conflict, that being the Croatian War of Independence in 1991. So while Sisak remained in government hands, the territory to the south was controlled by the rebel Serbs. Sisak suffered much damage during that war, and as well in the recent 2020 Petrina earthquake. The town Petrina, which is located about 20 kilometers northeast of Sisak, was the epicenter of that 2020 devastating earthquake, which brought huge damage to large parts of the central Croatian area. Now, there was reported damage to the hospital as well as the city hall and various churches across the city of Sisak. Most of the damage was inflicted on old buildings in the center of the town. However, early figures estimate that 700 to 1,000 homes were damaged as well in Sisak and the neighboring villages. Now that we've covered the historical aspect of Sisak, it's time to focus on the football side of the city. And Sisak is home to one of the oldest Croatian football clubs, called Segesta. Now, although there are no written records of its precise founding date, the first mention of the club is from a news outlet in the year 1909, which makes the club older than many famous sides in today's Croatian football. Now, today you can find Segesta playing in the 3rd division of the Croatian football pyramid. The first written trace of Segesta can be found in the weekly Novi Sisački Glas newspaper from the 8th of August in 1909, when a club named Segesta played a match against Concordia Zagreb. The most important information about the club and people who organize it can be found only on the occasion of the celebration of its 20th anniversary. That anniversary was marked from the 26th to the 29th of June 1927, when the first club playground was also inaugurated. The event was covered by the local weekly magazine Hrvatski Novine, and some of the original founders were interviewed and claimed that the club was created in June or early July 1906 by a group of school students. The story goes that 12-year-old Ivo Stipčić and about 20 of his friends gathered at Ivo's uncle Ivan's inn and decided to find a new sports club. The founders agreed that the first president of the club would be the owner, that is Ivo Stipčić, who is 12, and Segesta was chosen as the name of the club after the name of the old Celtic Illyrian settlement in that area of Sisak. Now, since the members of the club were mostly students who stayed in Sisak only during the summer school holidays, it is named at that time, or was named at the time, Holiday Sports Club Segesta. While being a historic Croatian club, Segesta really did not see much European success until the 1996 season, where they reached the final stage of the UEFA Intertoto Cup before unfortunately losing over two legs to Swedish side Silsborg on the away goals rule. During the competition, they achieved some amazing results with wins over Israel's Hapoel Tel Aviv, the French side Rennes, and Switzerland's Luzern, all sides today that are still playing in European football. Unfortunately for Segesta, this 1996 season was the final season that they played in the Croatian First Division of football. With that said, we will leave you with a look into a recent Segesta match where they were playing in the Croatian third tier.